It's been more than a year since two massive earthquakes rattled parts of Nepal. When I landed in Kathmandu on April 28th, signs of the earthquakes were everywhere, whether I was still in the city or on a mountain road. I started my time with our four grantees with Project Hope. The hygiene and nutrition work being undertaken by Project Hope and its partner, the Nepal Public Health Foundation, will reach 8 to 10,000 direct beneficiaries in 5 areas of Makwanpur district. It was an interesting 2 days in Makwanpur with Project Hope, learning about some of the social issues that will affect this project, like child marriage, that also make this work so very important to the area. One of the things I got to sit in on during my time with Project Hope was some communication skills training for the practitioners who will be out in these remote communities. I was so grateful for the opportunity to spend some time with those who are charged with carrying out this work and learn a little bit more about why they chose to work on this project. The next day, I was off to Nuwakot district to spend some time with All Hands. The All Hands project in Nuwakot, with its local partner Room to Read, is building 5 schools. I was able to spend half a day on a build site and half a day visiting some of the other work All Hands is doing in Nuwakot. Foundations have recently been poured for several of the schools, and it's amazing to see how invested these communities are in helping All Hands teams bring each school to completion. These 5 schools will serve nearly 2,000 children annually. All Hands teams in Nuwakot communities are also working to build transitional housing, safely demo homes deemed unsafe after the earthquake, and meet a number of other recovery needs. From a school construction site in Nuwakot, I headed back to Makwanpur for 2 days with Plan International. The CDP project with Plan International, Fighting Against Child Trafficking in Emergencies, will research what the years since the earthquakes look like in terms of human trafficking compared to times prior to the earthquake. It will also bolster the capacity of local networks and expand community groups and programming around trafficking through community outreach and counseling to children, adolescents, and their parents. Plan's work in Makwanpur and Sindapulchuk districts will reach nearly 11,000 adolescents. While I was unable to spend my planned day out with Shakti Samuha, this small Nepali organization is working in 3 districts on an advocacy campaign around trafficking and the vulnerability of women and adolescent girls post-disaster. Community groups have been formed in all the districts for both women and adolescents, and the groups have been offering feedback on what they see as key issues in their communities, including topics such as gambling, alcohol, and domestic violence. When I left for my trip to Nepal, I said that whenever I travel, my heart is always softened to things I could have never imagined. It's true. I couldn't have predicted how I would feel realizing how much child marriage affects the health of teen girls. I couldn't predict that the crazy high I found working on a school construction site would be completely crashed in 5 minutes standing at a human trafficking booth the next day. And most of all, I couldn't predict this: how truly amazing it is that 300 donors, those of you watching this, came together and gave a little more than $600,000 to projects that will reach at least 22,000 people in 6 earthquake-affected districts in Nepal. And that doesn't include the thousands of indirect beneficiaries in the years to come. Did we make a difference? I think that together, you made more than a difference.